Welcome to the Activity Call Live. Now let's hear it for our special guest host, Brandon Manley.
What is up, Alliance family? This is Brandon Manley coming at you live from Raleigh, North Carolina. Really excited for today's call. We have some very heavy hitters on this call. And as always, appreciate Andy and Jane and the rest of the Alliance leaders for trusting me to do this call. I always get very excited to jump on these and really interview people that I want to learn from. And so, you know, my approach to this call is really going to be to try to dig into things with top leaders, top performers in the Alliance. So I'm going to hit on things that'll help out a person starting that's brand new. I'm going to try to hit on things if somebody's been here for a couple months, years. It doesn't matter. I'm going to try to hit on everything for the managers out there and leaders. I'm trying to give you content that can help you with your team, right? So anyway, I want to jump in because we don't have much time on the activity call. We got an hour. So I want to make sure that I give you guys the best content. And so joining me on this call is Cassie Burbage and Bryan Rojas. And obviously, I mean, you know, Cassie and Jerry, 30K in January, Bryan Rojas, number 2 in the country. So guys, like when I'm asking them questions and when we're talking and having a conversation, make sure you're taking notes and taking these things that we're talking about and implementing those into your business, right? That's how growth happens. That's why coming to conventions are so important. And so anyhow, I guess, and we got Mike Guerra that just jumped on as well. So we'll pin him in a second as well. But I really want to jump in with all three of you and ask you guys some questions as if I were a newer agent and then have maybe some conversation around them. So, you know, I guess to start it out, though, Cassie, if you could maybe just give a very high level of your background, you and Jerry's background, how long you've been in the business, kids, et cetera.
Yep. So Jerry and I, we met in 2017. And he was already licensed and kind of piddling with the life insurance, but nothing like what we're doing now. When we met, I knew that he was doing something on the side, but I didn't know exactly what it was. And the more I learned about it, I was like, you know what, this sounds kind of interesting. So he took me to my first conference, which was in 2018. It was Family Reunion. I came out of that conference fired up. I came out a new person. I got licensed right after that. Jerry and I, we were part-time, I guess you can say, towards the end of 2018. But as soon as January 1st hit of 2019, we both fired our jobs and we went full-time and never looked back. This opportunity has been life-changing for us. And not only for us, but we have a 13-year-old son, and it has been life-changing for him. I came from property management. I had a 14-year career in it. Jerry came from construction. He was building houses, shingles, remodeling bathrooms. He had hurt his back around the same time right before he got licensed. And the doctor said it was time to put the hammer down and pick up a pencil. Well, he didn't put the hammer down as far as this, but he's put the hammer down because we did not stop. We just kept going, and we've learned so much. And the people that we have met along the way has been amazing.
Absolutely. And we're fired. It's crazy. Every meeting we go to, I feel like I see either you or Jerry, and you always have people there. So I know your team's growing. That's super exciting stuff. So, hey, Bryan, give me kind of a quick rundown of you, man.
Hey, Brandon, what's up, man? My name is Bryan Rojas, straight out of Tampa, Florida. I've been with the Alliance now for going on 6 years coming up this March. And before this, I was actually working at a call center, working 9 to 5, selling medical supplements for Aetna. In other words, helping the seniors age 65 and older with Medicare supplemental insurance. And that was my 9 to 5. And then on after, like around 6 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the morning, I used to hop on the Uber app, and I used to be an Uber and Lyft driver. And I did that every single day, man. I was looking for a shot. I remember I was so fanatical about having a shot, bro, that I also picked up a third shift working at a warehouse on Sundays. I was just looking for a way out. once I realized that I was in the land of opportunities, bro, I wanted a shot. That's all I wanted, man. And through that, I found some friends that had an insurance license, and they showed me, bro, you need to start selling life insurance. Look what we're making. I'm only 2 months in. I'm like, all right, show me the paycheck. What you're telling me is good. Show me what you're talking about, because I can't get a fourth job. And he started showing me all the paychecks, Mutual of Omaha, Mutual of Omaha, Mutual of Omaha. And I asked myself, who the hell is Mutual of Omaha? And if half of what he's telling me is true, we're getting ready to make some money and have a little bit more freedom, right? Because I was working 3 jobs already. So that's how I got started with the Alliance, man. And it's been a ride. Since then, we've traveled pretty much all over the world. We've gone to Paris. We've gone to Aruba. We've gone to Cancun. We're getting ready to go to Ireland. New Zealand is up next. Australia. You're looking at a guy that never made over $40,000 in a year, and there's some months that I've made over $40,000 multiple months, and that's crazy to me, bro. All I wanted was a shot, baby.
That's right. Hey, when you were looking at those paychecks saying, I hope this is real, I guess now when you look at your paychecks, you know it's real.
Oh, hell yeah. Ain't no doubt.
Tear it up.
Ain't no doubt.
Love it. Guerra, man, hit me with your tank top. What you got? What's your background?
What's going on? Yeah, so my background, and man, I'm on the call with some killers here. The Burbage clan and Brandon. What's up, everybody? Mike Guerra, I saw the Alliance about 1.5 years ago, and I was in network marketing force and got the residual income, building teams, making money while you sleep, not working a job, becoming your own boss, all that stuff. So I got that vision when I was 20 years old, realized I didn't want to work for anybody. And then one thing led to another where that business didn't work out. I mean, not because of really us, because of the company let us down. And so I would say most people in the Alliance, they're letting the Alliance down. That company let us down. Like, we did everything we could do, and they stopped sending checks. So what I love about this is the backing of the insurance companies, the amount of money they have. There's not one person that can really screw everything up. I mean, insurance has been around for forever. We've got real products that help people. And if I just do my job, I know that my financial security is safe.
Absolutely. It's recession proof, baby.
Yep.
Hey, and I don't know where you're at. It looks like you're in the car. I just want to give you a heads up. Your screen is frozen and your sound is a little muffled.
Oh, shit.
Just
okay.
Giving you a heads up.
How about now?
You're still frozen, but you're coming through a little bit clearer.
I live out here out in the country, and I'm working Zooms, and I got people on appointments today. So I'll try and make it quick, man. Yeah, man, I love everything about the Alliance, and I'll just kind of share my story real quick. Our goal coming out of the gate. Can you hear me loud and clear, Brandon?
Yeah, for the most part.
Man. Okay. So coming out of the gate, I wanted to learn how to sell. I could replace my income. Okay. But I met Andy Albright in Greenville, South Carolina. I met Mark Hutchison. This was like April of 2021. I got it. My buddy Nick got me into it. And so I said, eventually I'm going to build a team. I'm going to start doing it right away. But I'm going to give more focus to selling at least the first few months so I can replace my income. Because once I could replace my income, I would sell. I was like, I just want to learn how to make 10 grand a month. And once I learned how to make 10 grand a month, I did that in about 4 days a week, and I did it really, really fast. And then I would do my.
You might have cut out on us there, Guerra. So. Are you hearing us? Getting a daggone good cell signal. We're on an activity call. All right, let's this actually he was taking me down a wormhole that I wanted to go anyhow. And I think what's important to notice, and the reason that I got you guys to introduce yourself, a little background on yourself, is because you got 3 people that are very different backgrounds. But I can tell you the topics that we talk about, there's going to be a lot of similarities. And I know that because they're top performers. So, I want to talk about, and I know where Guerra was going down that hole as far as like scheduling and running leads and, all these type of things. And so I really want to get an idea. And Cassie, I kind of want to pick your brain because I've heard when I was in Jacksonville, Florida, we were talking about it. But your schedule, like what does your schedule look like? When are you dialing? When are you running appointments? How many appointments you're running? Give me a breakdown.
Yeah, so my schedule actually starts on Sundays. When we get back from church, the first thing I do is I meal prep breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the entire week. With us having a 13-year-old, he's got sports, he's got piano stuff, he's got a lot of stuff going on. And with me now being the primary runner of appointments while Jerry's growing our team, I need to make sure as the mama and the wifey that my family's good while I'm out running. So typically on Sunday, I will meal prep for the entire week, have it all ready to be heated up, put in the microwave, oven, whatever we need to do. Jerry and I then sit down and we talk about our schedule. Even though I am primarily the runner, Jerry still will get current clients calling him that need something or need him to come back and write some more. If it's somebody Jerry's already dealt with, he's going to go and do that instead of sitting me because he already has that relationship with that client. So we sit down and I say, okay, do you have anything that's pending that I need to make sure I clear my schedule to make sure we're available for Zachary, our son? And so we have our schedule ready. My leads are printed out. I do a Burbage dial Zoom every Monday morning. It's typically up at 8:30. We just had it open for our team, but it seems here lately, the word's getting out. And a lot of people have been joining us from Riddle's team, from your team, from different teams in the organization, which is great because even though there's no financial gain from anything, it keeps all of us on there and it keeps us dialing. I will start it at 8:30 in the morning. I start dialing at 9 and I literally will dial until our team call at 7:30 that night. I run Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 8 in the morning till 8 in the evening, all 3 days. I use Friday for my cleanup and follow up, anything that I need to do that's pending. If I do not hit the numbers that we are looking for every week, I will then dial or door knock all day on Friday to run Saturday and Sunday if needed. We don't typically have to do that much anymore. I can get them all in on those 3 days. But if we have not hit our goal, we do what we've got to do, and I will dial to run Friday and Saturday.
What is your goal? How many appointments are you shooting for on Tuesday,
20,
Wednesday?
Yep, 20 to 25 appointments, and there is no excuse, whether that's our direct mail, GMR, current clients, referrals, stuff from War Market. I flood my Facebook page every day of the week just to get stuff from War Market to fill in if if the GMRs don't work out. But our goal is 20 to 25 because we know if we do that many appointments, we are going to at least write 8 to 10,000. And that's my goal every week because things are going to fall off. Somebody's going to get declined. You're going to have to rework it. So I know that I've got a cushion if I write at least 8 to 10.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you don't like on a Monday, I think this is what separates the winners and the people who are just getting by. On a Monday, I know the answer to that. I just want to ask you, let's say you're dialing all day and you only get, or let's say that you're dialing for your morning session. You dial till 1 o'clock and then maybe take a little break, get some lunch, and you've got, 10 appointments over the next couple of days. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that's going to stop you from continue booking, right?
Correct. Yep. It's either I'm reaching out to War Market, I'm getting on the phone with current clients, or I'm door knocking. Whatever will get me those 20 to 25 appointments, I'm going to do whatever it takes.
And this is where I get so just crazy about schedule is because Cassie has her schedule set up. So Monday is her dial day. Mm-hmm. Now notice Cassie, if she's not going to plan anything between 9 and 7:30.
Correct.
Right. She's not planning anything. So she's not going to say, well, I was dialing and then I had to go do this and this and this. Right. No, that's her schedule. So if you put it on your schedule, you will do it. right? I think a lot of times I was talking to somebody this week and they were like, it's just so hard. I've got people wanting to meet me for coffee here and there. I'm like, well, if you had a schedule set up, you could tell them no. I can't do that during these times, but I'm available at these times, right? So just having that schedule allows you so much power to say no, which is strong in this business because you can get distracted quickly, right? Or working from home, So Netflix sounds good. So hey, and you talked about leads, right? So how many 20 to 25 appointments? How many leads are you purchasing a week?
So we have our GMR set up. It's $400 a month we pay, and we get about 10 leads. Sometimes, 11 if we've got, or 12 to get those opportunity leads. But we typically get 10 to 12 a week. But the thing is we figured out that that's all I need, because the leads that I got the week before, if I've already called them and or knocked them, I'm then recycling them back into my leads. So every week I'm just still covered with leads that I hadn't gotten in touch with the week before. Typically with my leads, I will work them for about 3 weeks straight. I take a week break so that they don't recognize my number again, and then I recycle them back in. So I've always got recycled leads that I'm dialing through. And between that and the referrals that we're getting now, with us going into our 5th full year with the Alliance, we have so many referrals coming in now because we've built that base. And there's just people constantly calling Jerry and I saying, okay, listen, somebody down the street needs something, or my brother's called. We've got one lady, Jerry calls her something like I can't even remember what he calls her, some referral train or something, because we literally have written just from that one lead. And it was a $2 lead that I had purchased, set up, went out there and sold her a policy, and she's brought us about 40 to 45 people. And when she calls, we drop everything. What do you need? Who needs it? We got to get to them. So we drop everything, because that's the constant referrals that you need to help fill in where maybe the direct mail wasn't working, or, a warm market wasn't working.
Yeah. So you're spending $400 a week. Now I assume too, for everybody on this call, when she first started, she didn't have that inventory of leads. So I'm guessing you probably did a bunch of bulk orders to get some older leads, while your GMR was kicking up, right? Maybe some internet leads. And then now you're rolling. So Rojas, talk to me a little bit about what your schedule looks like.
Yeah, man. So currently my schedule on Monday, can you guys hear me okay? I'm sorry. I'm in a public spot. Everything good? Okay, cool. So on Mondays, it's very simple to me, man. We created this system about two and a half years ago. So Mondays, non-negotiable dial day. Okay. That means at 9 o'clock in the morning, I start dialing and I book my appointments for Tuesday and Wednesday. Simple. All right. Guess what? Thursday, wash, rinse, repeat. Thursday, I'm setting appointments for Friday and Saturday. All right. Now my goals is that in that week, I'm supposed to be writing $8,000 in annual premiums. Okay. That's my numbers for what I want, for what I need to cover my business expenses and my personal expenses. Does that make sense? Yep. Very clear to me. That's very clear to me. And the same token, if I don't reach those goals, then I'm working on Sunday. Yes, Sunday is the day of the Lord, but guess what? Sunday is also a day that if Bryan don't hit his goals, Sunday Bryan's got to work, because he didn't hold himself accountable for 6 days. So on the 7th day, God done rested, but Bryan can't rest. Does that make sense? And it sucks, and I hate it, and it hurts, but it's what Bryan has to do if he wants to reach what he wants. See what I'm saying? So that's just, I keep it very simple. Okay. Now I'm considered a full-time worker. Okay. I'm considered full-time in this thing. When I heard about this opportunity, I burned the bridges at the 9-to-5 job. I undid the app for Uber and Lyft. I burned the bridges, never to come back. I decided that I was going to figure this thing out. I knew I wasn't good, but I knew that if I could just learn the words, bro, I could do this thing. Okay. So I'm talking to you from like a lower level now. Let's just say you're starting off with us. Let's just say you have a full-time job and you're doing this on a part-time basis. Understand that you need to treat this like a business. Do not treat it like your normal job. It's not going to work. You need to hold yourself accountable, and you need to have people that hold you accountable, and you need to lean in. You need to be on these calls. Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? If you really want this to work, for whatever reason, you decide that this is the thing that's going to take you to the next level, bro, you have got to lean in. You have got to, in the beginning, bro, you have got to spend your time, money, energy, and then some to figure this thing out. I'm not afraid to say it anymore, bro. With too much, we have been saying that this thing is simple or it's easy, and it's not in the beginning. You got to overcome you.
Facts.
I got sidetracked. I'm sorry, man.
It's good.
I want to tell people what's real, man. People have got to hear this. Look, can I be even more real? Leads cost a lot of money. Congratulations. It's your business. If somebody's giving you leads, guess what? You don't own your business. Somebody owns your business. Okay? Start investing. Like if you're part-time, I wouldn't do less than $500 a week.
Yeah.
250 is for the birds. That's where the comfort level is at, okay? Guess what happens in the comfort level? You make no money. You have got to step outside of that. You have got to start putting inventory in your business. My mama was a catering lady. She was self-employed, and she would have to buy the chicken at Sam's Club. She would have to buy the steak. She would have to cook it. Then she would sell it. She would make $1,000. And she always taught me, Brian, look, we made $1,000 today. We need to separate $500 of that money to buy more chicken and more steak. That was her inventory. In insurance, it's the same exact business. You got your leads. You got to invest in leads. And then you got to sell the leads. You make the money. You put the money aside for your business, for your inventory, so you can have more leads. Why? If you ain't got no leads, you ain't got nothing to sell. Yes, referrals are great. Referrals are awesome. Yes, Facebook ads are great. They're awesome. Bro, you're going to run out of friends and family at some point. You're talking to somebody who mastered referrals. Here's what's going to happen at some point. You're going to circle back to the same people. You're going to run out of a network. You're going to need more inventory. Bro, we've done this. We know how it works. Trust the people that are doing this at a high level. I know Cassie puts in at least minimum $500 a week, minimum. Bryan Rojas does the same thing. Hell, about a month ago, we bought about $3,000 or $4,000 in leads just to help our guys out, and we can eat too. We ain't afraid. We're not afraid. Okay? My name is not Fred. We're not afraid.
Yeah.
It takes money to make money, bro.
Let me ask you this, because I talked about this the other day, I think, to you when we were in the office. And, you know, the biggest failure that I could see happening in this business is somebody creating a culture within their team or even within their own mindsets of buying leads as you need them. You know, we talked about this, right? It's so like the GMR, I don't care where the GMR comes from. I push direct mail because I know the close ratios on those, right? And I'm with you. Like everybody should be spending $500 a week on leads, right? Because at some point, to your point, your mom, that example of your mom, that lead money becomes seed money, right? So now you're working off house money, if you will. You got that 500 saved up. Now you need to up your game a little bit. So now you're taking, maybe at first you take another 250. Now you're doing 750. And then we're getting up to Bryan Rojas's level. You're spending $1,000 a month on lead, or $1,000 a week on leads.
Right. So here's where you gotta go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, so, but I'm looking at you, your minimum requirement is $8,000 a week. That's $32,000 in a month.
Right.
Who would not trade $4,000 for 32 minimum?
Bro, it's what I'm saying. You have got to know. Look, every situation is going to be different. Cassie's bills might be lower than mine. My bills might be lower than anybody else's. You have got to know your monthly bills, and you got to know what you need to what you need to write to cover that. Look, Andy Albright has created a great system. It's laid out for you. If you will do me a favor and go to NAA University, he's done a video about your financial independence engine. Okay. He shows you how to break this thing down. He shows you the 6 quadrants. He shows you how to invest. He shows you what's important and what's not. You see what I'm saying, bro? So I came up with that number because I need to travel. Bro, I need to start investing in recruiting ads. You see what I'm saying? I need to do things within my business. I got a new office now. You see what I'm saying? So those bills need to be covered. There's no excuses, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, so I know that for every $100 that I invest, and it doesn't matter where the leads come from, bro. All I need is a name and a number, bro, and a lot of leads. Okay? I know that for every $100 that I invest in my leads and my inventory, I'm going to get about $1,000 in annual premiums, which if you're at a low level, which Bryan Rojas is not, but if you're at a low level, you're going to get paid $400 for every $100 that you invest. My question to you is, how much can you invest? Let's do it quick, because you don't have to do it slow. That's for the birds. You know what I'm saying? That's what we say in the street. That's for the birds, bro. You know what I'm saying? Leave that for the birds. Like, let's be aggressive about this. You said you wanted a shot. That's what I thought you said. I'm trying to show you how to get a shot quick. See what I'm saying?
Yep. I think the financial engine, that worksheet, that's a great point. And it's something that, we should really be doing with everybody when they come on as from a leadership.
I'm doing it, bro.
That's a great idea. Like, if you haven't gone through that, I encourage you to, because it breaks it down to what your expenses are, what you have to work with. And then it gives you an idea of, hey, this is what I need to do. This is where, and even from like a standpoint of, when I think about investing in my business, I think of it's easy to think about if you talk about apps, right? So let's say average app, $500 in your pocket. Okay. So if I need to hire, let's say that, and I know you currently are, Bryan, but like you're building your business. So let's say that you wanted to hire 2 staff people, $500 a week. That's 2 more apps for you, right? If you want to get an office, right? $2,000 a month. That's 4 more apps for you. Right. That's how I think about it, is in terms of what else? What do I have to do? I want my business to grow, right? We're talking about investing your business. All right. Yeah. To invest in my business, I need to do X amount more. That's all there is to
it. 100%, bro. And on top of that, bro, one thing that I want to cover is what is Cassie saying in the home? What am I saying in the home? And for that, because here's the thing, bro. I see people working in the office, okay? Like, I see a lot of people in that dial room putting in work, bro. I cannot deny that they're not dialing. They get in there early, they leave late, Brandon. They don't know how to close a deal. Bro, Brandon, if we can start showing people how to close a deal, this thing will blow up. Here's what's crazy about this whole situation. We have created a system that shows us how to close a deal. Let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. May I?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So, guys, in case you don't know, this is called an ATM. It makes money. And the reason it makes you money is you don't have to know how to be a closer. We've already provided the closing points for you. Okay. So this is why you should do business with me, because I'm passionate about what I do, because I lost somebody. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some information from you so I can see what you qualify for. We work with 30 programs. Once I have that, Brandon, let me show you something crazy, okay? Why is this important to you? So why did you fill out the card, right? And what's going to happen if we don't get this done today, Brandon, right? Here's what I wanted to get to right here. This page, we don't talk about it enough. This is the closing page. What happens next? So Cassie, we are going to show you some options that are going to take care of the situation. Then you're going to pick an option. We're going to fill out the paperwork and we're going to send it over to the insurance company. And I'm going to do everything I can to get you approved. Brandon, that phrase right here, this whole page, we're not teaching enough. This is how you close this thing. This is trial closing. This is where they agree. If they have any issues, they're going to tell me right here. Here's what you do after that. You give them 3 options. And right, Cassie, all you have to say, read these 2 bullet points right here underneath that. It says, which one of these 3 options best fits your budget best to see if we can get you approved? And you shut up. You say no words. Whoever talks first loses. Which one of these 3 options best fits your family's needs to see if we can get you approved? The moment they pick whatever option, I don't care whatever option they pick. All you have to say is, I was thinking the same thing. Let me see your driver's license so we can get this going for you. Learn how to close, guys. You're booking appointments, but you're talking too much. I need you. The Alliance needs you to be more profitable because you have a story to tell, and people won't listen to your story unless you get results. Results is what matters. People want to see a teacher that quit his job, okay, and now is being extra successful with us. But unless you're getting results, it don't matter, man. It does not matter. Whew, that felt so good. I use this as therapy, bro. Like, seriously.
And that's great. I mean, one of the things that I noticed too is when somebody's setting up, like if you're brand new with us and you're setting up your GMR, please reach out to somebody and go over that ATM, right? I think I said GMR, but I meant ATM. Reach out to somebody, because I was looking at somebody's the other day and it was out of order, right? Like it's a sales, like there's a flow to it, right? And we can talk about those things. You took me down a wormhole where I was looking to go, which was as far as tips in the house. And I want to ask you and Cassie, as far as just some generic tips in the house, Cassie, I've got my things that I'm thinking of, which I can bring up, but I just want to get an idea of like, what do you think helps with your success in the field? Like if there's something that you could leave with somebody, what would you tell them why it's working so well for you?
So I'm going to piggyback a little bit off of Bryan. It's funny that you're asking these questions because I just did an in-home training with the Burbage team. I think it was 2 Mondays ago. So for most of you that already know, but some people don't, when we started, I was Jerry's dialer. Pretty much. I kept his schedule booked. I kept the house clean. I kept Zachary going. So I was just mainly dialing and keeping his appointments and his schedule booked. But in September, I think it was August or September, I had made the decision that we were growing so fast and Jerry couldn't be in appointments and trying to help our team and all of our agents. So I took a step up and I said, listen, I'm going to start running and I'm going to allow you just to help build the team. That way you're available for me in the home. You're available for all of our agents in the home, and you can start just growing and recruiting like crazy. So it has worked. So for talking to the new people, I can say I am a new person. I've only been in the field 5 months. But I can tell you, and I'm not trying to brag on myself, I've only had 1 chargeback since September that fell off the books. And I almost close everybody that I sit with. And that is no kidding. So my mind works this way, and it was like this with dials. If there's going to be objections, I want to try and find out what do I say before those objections even come up. And that's how I've been able to master the phone script. Now in the in-home, going into a few homes, I was hearing things and I was seeing things and I was like, okay, so while I'm driving around, I'm like, what can I say here and what can I do here? To piggyback off of Bryan, as far as the agents getting in there and they're not closing, sorry, my watch just picked up Siri. When I get into the house, after doing the small talk with them and learning about them, I am asking lots of questions about family, kids, grandkids, aunts, uncles. I mean, I want to know about the whole family, because you are going to go into appointments where you can't help somebody. They might have had an agent before you that set them up and they are completely covered and there is nothing we can do. But the thing is you get respect from them when you tell them, hey, don't let another agent come in here and tell you that you need something different. I'm telling you right now, as a licensed agent, you are hooked up. keep this policy, let the kids know what you have. But the reason why I'm doing the small talk before to learn about their family is because I'm going to try and walk out of there with a children's policy. Get the uncle covered, whoever I need to in the family. I'm trying to do that. But let me get some water. Hold on. When I walk in, after the small talk's done and it's time to transition into business, I hand them the form, show them what it is, ask them, do you remember filling this out? Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. Well, when they hand me the form back, I say, okay, well, I'm here for either two reasons. I'm either here to make sure that you've got something before I walk out of this house, or if you have something, making sure that you are completely covered. It is my responsibility to do either one. Okay, so I'm already telling them, if you've got something, I'm going to review it. I'm here. But if you don't have anything, you're getting something before I leave, because that's why I'm here. It's my responsibility. And I don't know if that's helping, but to keep it on the books, when I get down to the budget part, I am really like sitting back and listening to what they're saying as far as what budget is. And I'm listening. I'm not just trying to throw them in a policy they can't afford. But when I am discussing budget with them, I am saying, listen, what is your budget? What's not going to break the bank? What can you afford to pay monthly? Even if there is an emergency, what can you afford monthly? Because this is the key, guys. You're going to want to write this down. This has now become the most important bill that you have in your home. I want them to know how important it is. It's just not a cell phone bill or a DirecTV bill or a Netflix bill. This is the most important bill that you have now in your home. When I started saying that, this is how I've been able to find safe money, because after we find out a budget and they pick it and say, okay, this is what I want to go with, then I asked them the question, because I told Jerry, I was like, I don't really want to just come out and say, what's in your savings account? Or do you have any CDs? It just doesn't, with me, with my personality, it doesn't flow with me. But what I found that I could say to them is, okay, great. Now that we have a budget figured out and you've picked this premium, and remember, it's the most important bill in your house now. But if a huge emergency happens, an AC goes out in the house, a motor goes out in your vehicle, do you have any backup money that can come in and help with that? Do you have like an old 401k sitting somewhere? Do you have something in a savings account? Is there CD sitting? Are you have any investments, anything? And that's how I've been able to find safe money the last 4 or 5 weeks in homes. So, I mean, we're moving money like crazy. So, but that's how it's opened up, where I don't have to come out and say, what's in your savings account? Or do you have CDs? Because when you're in there, you've gone in there for the insurance. Okay. So I also, once they tell me, yeah, I've got, 50,000 in my savings, I'm like, great. So we've got some backup. I then ignore that they've said that, and I move back onto why I was originally there. And then I recircle back around to the money in the savings account.
Once that sale is done.
Once the sale is done.
There for. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you brought up two great things, and I'm curious to hear your take on this too, Bryan. So one thing that she said, and this is just the word that I think up for it, is she pivots if she needs to, right? Mm-hmm. The other thing she talked about is policy reviews. And so I want to hit on those two topics with you too, Bryan, because I've seen like policy reviews, how impactful. There's no secret that a lot of people that you sit with are going to say that they're covered and they're going to have something, but there's also no secret that they have no idea what they have. Yep. Right. So Bryan, walk me through, like, you come across somebody with a policy, what are you doing to review it? And then on the back end of that, I want to talk about, if let's say you are sitting down with somebody, they got a great plan, like Cassie was saying, you can't help them. What are you pivoting to in the house?
Yeah, that's such a great question, Brandon. Can you hear me okay again?
Mm-hmm.
I just moved spots.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So let me share to you my mindset, what I'm thinking, and that's how you're going to learn why I'm asking. Okay, so in my mind, everybody I sit with is going to have an insurance policy already. Does that make sense? So when I bring the card out, whatever card it is, okay, it could be a direct mail lead, it could be an internet lead. I'm saying, hey, so I got this from you help me understand, and then I say this, I kind of pivot right here. Help me understand why you feel this out, because I figured you already had something in place. I addressed the elephant in the room immediately. So I'm saying to him, hey, help me understand, because I figured you already had something in place. What's going on? I'm trying to figure out quick, within 10, 15 minutes, bro, whether the person already has insurance or not. Now, this right here, what I'm going to say next, can be controversial for a lot of people, but I'm just going to tell you how I pull out the policy, because here's what I know. If you sit with 10 people and you ask them, so you already have insurance? The rookie person would say, can I see your policy? Can you bring that out? And Cassie, you and I both know that out of 10 times, only 2 people will bring out that policy. I got tired of that. So I was booking 20, 30 appointments, but I was leaving money on the table because people wouldn't pull out their policy, so I couldn't see what they have. So I pivoted, bro. Here's what I learned. When somebody says, yeah, I already have insurance, the first question I'm asking is, when does it expire? Because now I put them in a state of panic, anxiety. I'm like, what do you mean? It expires? So what do I say when a person says, it doesn't expire? I'm like, all insurance expires. When does yours expire? And then I start asking questions. Okay, that's weird. How much insurance do you have? $100,000. How much are you paying? $100. I'm playing the question game now, guys. I'm saying something doesn't sound right. You need to bring that out. Because I've already asked enough questions to create the doubt. Okay, perfect. They bring the policy out. Let's just say the policy is not good. I'm obviously doing that client a service by switching that policy to something that's going to be there for what they want. Make sense?
Yep.
Let's just say the policy is perfect and is exactly what they were thinking about. Now I'm pivoting back to the lead. I'm saying, okay, so everything looks good here. Perfect. Thank God you're covered. Woo! Okay, when you fill this out, what exactly were you trying to get accomplished then? Because you already had the 100,000. I'm pivoting back to my first question. I figured you already had this taken care of. Why are you filling this out? I go back to the lead, bro. I go back to the why. Also, I'm bringing, let's just say the client has $100,000 of coverage. Immediately, I'm bringing that $100,000 back to zero. What I mean by that is I'm putting a name to that policy. What's the purpose of this policy? For inheritance money. Great. To cover the whole mortgage. Okay, so now this 100,000 is zeroed out. So when you fill this card out, what were you trying? Why were you looking for more insurance? That's my question, basically. And then why is it important to you once I find the answer to that? So it's 2 things that I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out if the client, I'm not trying to waste time, bro. Too many years have been wasted in time because I didn't know what to say and how to bring that policy out. I'm trying to figure out immediately whether the client has a policy or not. And then if they do, here's what I'm doing. If they don't, I'm figuring out what's going to happen if they die without coverage tomorrow.
Yep. That's like what y'all were, I think as far as like policy reviews go, like you will miss out, and your deliverance of that is incredible. I love what you just said there, and I hope everybody on this call wrote that down. And if you didn't, I hope you go into this recording and you go back to that, as well as Cassie's line on this has now become the most important bill, right? Like that is going to stick with the person. You think they're going to cancel something that they agreed with Cassie on is the most important bill in their family? No.
So genius.
They're not going to cancel that, right? So, and I think, Bryan, when we talk about, the other side of pivoting, I love your transition into that, but we're not one-trick ponies. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going there just for final expense. If we got somebody that they're sitting in front of us, there is something we can help them with, whether it's annuity, safe money, whether it's critical illness plans, whether it's their family, their referrals, whatever the case may be, we can help them out. Right. So
for sure.
Hey, I want to, I recognize obviously the importance of all the nuts and bolts, what we're talking about. And I love the things that you guys said, because I think you're dropping some nuggets. I think everything you're saying is great. And I just want to stress upon the fact that these things didn't just day one happen for you guys. It wasn't like these questions were in your arsenal right away. You had to practice, right? And you did that through leads. And I mean, I'm just thinking like, get them on a consistent basis, right? Do you know that if you have a GMR, I was talking to somebody the other day, they did not know this. If you have a GMR, you get a 27% discount on leads. Did you guys know that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, hell yeah.
So how, like when you get a new agent started, Bryan, how quickly are you pushing them $500 a week?
Very quick. And I'm actually not talking $500, bro.
Talking $1,000?
I'm talking $1,000. Yeah, I'm talking 1,000. Here's the reason why, bro. I need them to be successful. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? So the first thing I'm bringing out is that page that says, how much money do you want to make a week? They put down, they sign up for the biggest one or they sign up for the smallest one. It doesn't matter to me. It's whatever they want, okay? So I'm using that because I don't want the pressure on me. I leverage the system's pressure, bro. They pick their option, and then I tell them, this is exactly what we have to do. There's no guessing game, okay? Yep. So if they choose, they want to make $2,000 a week with us, perfect. You're going to have to invest $1,000, so you're going to need leads. Where are you going to get your leads from? Do you have a credit card? Do you have a mama and daddy? Do you have a bald-headed granny? Somebody who can help you with $1,000, you're going to need it. I don't have it. Well, that's an issue. Then we need to lower down your goals then, because what you want doesn't match what you are willing to do for it. Okay, yeah. Let's start off low. Okay, now you don't have any money. I try to find solutions, and I got to thank Andy Riddle, Andy Albright for this. They're just bold at it, bro. And I've learned this is why we have to get around. This is why conventions are so important, bro. Getting around will teach you how to be a different person. I was not bold enough to ask somebody, do you have a credit card? Do you have somebody that can borrow you money? What can you sell? I got around people that were bolder than me, all right, who asked these questions. I'm like, how dare you? How could you? But that was genius. I can do it too. You know what I'm saying, bro? So it's like one of my agents, he was trying to figure out, bro, I want this, but I don't have the money for it. I'm okay, what are your options, bro? The audacity of white sheeting. Let's figure it out. So you want this. Okay, what can you do? Do you have any savings? Do you have Bitcoin? Do you have stocks? Do you have 401k? What do you have available that we can use to start building and fueling your business? You see what I'm saying? Because here's the other thing, dude. I can put my money up, but then they have no skin in the game.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that, dude. I've done that for so long, and it gets tiring, bro. People don't appreciate it. And it's like, yo, you don't want to put your money. It doesn't show me your commitment. So you want a free bonus, what you want. And then your ass ain't going to work. That's what we're going to do? Yeah, not today, Satan. Not today. So we got to figure out, bro. We got to be bold enough as leaders, to help people figure things out and use their critical thinking, bro. I'm telling you, if a person picks up Uber or Lyft or picks up an extra job to come up with their lead, they're going to appreciate the $1,000 a lot more than my $1,000. Because the $1,000 from me, bro, is just a Band-Aid that's trying to cover up the hurt. Bro, they created this mess 30 years of their life already. I'm not pixie dust. They got to figure it out. We'll throw them a branch, but they got to climb themselves out of the situation that they got in, and that's accountability, bro. And damn, this is so good.
And here's the other side of it, Bryan, is like, I'm looking at it from your perspective. I'm like, your time is valuable. Like you and Cassie, right. The stuff y'all dropped on this call, that's valuable. So if I'm a new agent starting under Bryan Rojas or Cassie Burbage, my goal is going to be to get out there and screw up as much as possible so I can call y'all to tell y'all I screwed up so you can tell me what to do the next time.
Right, bro. Right.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, and this whole concept of leads, I feel like we've been talking about it a lot, but it's such a good thing to be talking about, because if we can get everyone to have that business mentality, this is your business, right? So like, if there's a cost of business. It's like what you were just talking about earlier. We got to get more chicken. Well, our chicken is more people to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get people to talk to. And you're right. We are going to run out of, social media. Sure, you can run social media ads, but and you can do internet and whatever. Facebook, social, Instagram, the whole nine. But those should be a supplement to your lead game. Like those should just be the cherry on top. Like instead of hitting my goal of $8,000 this month, like Rojas would say, instead of hitting my goal of $8,000 $8,000 this week, I did 9,500 because one of my Facebook posts I got a hit on. Mm-hmm. Not because I stopped everything. I had an agent the other day. He set up warm market appointments for 10, 1, and 3. That just ruins the day, right? On a run day. Just ruins the day, right? And and it's not like he didn't have leads. You know, leads to run. It was just easier to go see those 3 referrals or warm market. So Cassie, are you guys doing anything? Are you quick to get somebody set up on a GMR too?
Yeah, so Jerry and I, we do get them on a GMR as quick as we can. In between trying to get that set up, we will reach out to Riddle, or if there's somebody, you know, here in Moncks Corner or South Carolina, we've got leads. We're trying to give them some of our old stuff. We keep everything in inventory, but we're reaching out to Riddle. Hey, what do you have in this area that we've got somebody here? We've not been here before. So while their GMR is trying to get going, we are flooding them with, you know, old leads, anything that we can come up with. We don't do it often, but some of the internet leads. I preferred the direct mail leads. Something about their handwriting being on that form, they can't deny it. So we're just flooding them with anything that we can come up with until that GMR gets started. But when Jerry and I are talking to our agents, and Jerry does this a lot more than I do, but I have been around to know, we kind of step back and we think to when we first started and we were maxing out credit cards and we were selling things to go to conferences and we were doing whatever we could because we knew that if we invest now, we would be where we are today. So you have to invest and you have to take those chances at the beginning, because what you're going to get back in return, you can't put a price tag on the things that are going to come into your life. Like it's life changing. You can't even put words into how much your life's going to change, but you have to do it at the beginning. You have to invest, because the more you invest, as those leads are coming in, the referrals start to build up. You've got that platform and you're just going to keep building from that. So we do try to step back and just think about how we were when we first started, because we're not there anymore. So you want to understand where the agent's coming from, but we want to tell them, hey, this is what we did to get what we have.
Right.
And we try and talk that into them. So that seems to work too.
You know, something like a common trend I see, I don't think I've talked to one of our top performers. If you're on that leaderboard, I'd say 1 through 50. I don't think I've talked to anyone who has not said direct mail is their favorite lead. And I get it, right? Like the direct mail leads are more expensive because they cost more to create than an internet lead. But what I will say is when you look at your cost of money, time, and energy, and your close ratio is much better. Like I did a 3-month study on this. If your close ratio is way better on a direct mail versus internet, not saying don't use them as supplements. Please don't take it like that. But why would you not be investing more money? And here's what I'll tell you, because I think it's easier to convince yourself to buy a $10 lead over a $30, $40 lead. And as managers, here's where we screw up, is it's easier to sell your agents on buying $10 leads. Way easier, right? I got one of my new guys, actually I went to college with him. His name's JT Rouse, and we had this conversation in into December, like it was Christmas time, and he was buying some internet leads and very few direct mail. But he was spending right away $500 a week on leads. Like I got him on a GMR as soon, like his first week, it was like, all right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set you up on a $500 GMR. I think he's up to $750 now. But in December, so he started 3 months ago. In December, he switched over to a heavier bulk of direct mail and a way less chunk of internet leads to supplement it. And so he starts spending a lot more money on the direct mail. Well, January rolls around. Third month in, $17,000 issue paid. So it's just, there's no secret to it. And he gets it, right? I've just like talked to him so much about, you know, the investment strategy and why you got to keep upping it. So like here soon, I want to see him get up to $1,000 a month and let him just go crazy with it. Right. So, And you guys, we're running out of time, and I got a big announcement to make here in just a second here, and I want to get you guys' thought on it. But I think everything that you, Cassie, said, and Bryan, you said, man, they hold some weight to it, and I don't think that's what I was saying at the beginning. There's so many similarities in what you guys are doing, no matter your background, because you're just following a system, which people get in here and hey, we might be guilty of it too. We think of these ideas of ways it could work better, right? But we've got a blueprint of 22 years, a blueprint telling us exactly what to do. And then once somebody starts following it, they're like, well, shoot, I should have been doing it this way. Like people trying to create spending $8,000 to get in a program to create their own leads. They go broke. Mm-hmm. We got a lead system. Why are we trying to fix it? You know what I mean? So, all right, y'all ready you ready, Cassie? You ready, Bryan?
I'm ready.
Me, bro.
Give it to us, Brandon. Come on.
And I need Preston on standby because Preston's much smarter than me, and I hope I deliver this correctly. So, Andy Albright has struck again. He is just on this tear of I think trying to take everyone to New Zealand. So he's running another incentive, and so to backtrack, if you have not been on a incentive trip with the Alliance, every event you attend this year, you get 40,000 points. All right. So if you get, that's 160, 40 times 4 is 160,000. That means to go on the trip, 250,000 is what you need to hit. So you've already got 160 of that taken care of. You only need 90 more. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you've been on a trip with the Alliance, you still get 25,000 bonus credits towards the trip every event you go to. So 100,000. So now you've been on us with the trip. You've proven you're a top earner. Now you only got to do 150. But get this. You ready?
Right.
All right. So I'm going to say if you did not join the company before NatCon, and I'm going to define joining the company being have not written, issue, paid business, and you have not been on a trip with us, and you did not attend NatCon, if you attend the next event in Denver, you get 60,000 incentive points.
Wow.
How much easier did your life just become on selling people to come from Review from the Edge?
Oh my goodness.
That's wild, dude.
No excuses.
Wild.
No excuses.
So if you didn't come to NatCon and you didn't write business at the beginning or until the beginning of the year, issue paid, is it after NatCon issue paid, Preston?
Right. Starting January 16th.
You didn't come to NatCon and you didn't issue paid business before January 16th. That does not count submitted. It could have been issued on the 7th, 16th, 17th. That's fine.
Haven't come to any previous national events.
Yeah, no previous. So you can't be here 3 years, didn't show up for NatCon, and then now you're coming back, right? You get 60,000 points. Like,
that's wild.
That
has never been done before.
Never. Think about that. All right, now, did I miss anything, Preston?
That you got it. That's right.
All right. I might need you to come in on this one. All right. So I need you guys to get your mind wrapped around, like, how many, Bryan, Cassie, how many people, just with that incentive, how many people do you think you can flip to get to Denver, a view from the edge?
I don't know, but we're going to sure try when this call ends.
Yeah. I think we could get like at least 5 within the hour. Why wouldn't we? You know what I'm saying?
Not to mention the people that you're going to be bringing on.
Right.
Now they got an incentive. All right.
This
now
is wild.
I'm going to give you a real kicker. You ready?
You got more?
I do.
Shoot.
All right. So you get 60,000 from a view from the edge, right? If you come to that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's say that you come to family reunion and breakthrough. Andy's also going to give that person the same rules apply, right? After January 16th, didn't go to NatCon. Getting 60,000 points from a view from the edge. He's given 60,000 points for family reunion, and he's given 60,000 for breakthrough to those people as well. This is crazy. 180,000. So people brand new, there's no better incentive than this. It is 180,000 marketing credits towards a 250,000 marketing credit trip, meaning you only have to do 70,000 worth of production between now and December 31st.
Wow. That's wild. That's wicked.
It's like, hey, can I start again? You know?
Seriously, I'm like, damn.
I mean, they're putting these in place, right? It's kind of like the leads, you know, like these things are here to trick you, right? Like it's like, oh, they're trying to trick me to go to a meeting. Duh.
Yeah.
What else will we be doing? We want you to come to our events. We want you to get around Bryan Rojas. We want you to get around Cassie Burbage. We want you to get around the other leaders. We want you to learn stuff. Because guess what? Guess what? We know that will lead to you being a better producer, performer, leader.
Wow. That's more than half the credits that you need, bro.
Isn't that wild, man?
I just did the math. They literally only have to pay $2,000 a week for the next however many months. And that could be 2 policies. That works for part-time people. That's 2 policies.
And a trip to New Zealand, like the magnitude, like I'm excited about Ireland, but New Zealand, I've never been to either one of these, so I'm giddy about all of them. And I'm gonna play golf in Ireland, which I think is cool. But New Zealand, like this is a 10-day trip. Bryan, Cassie, y'all been on trips, like just, I mean, they're crazy. They're so much fun. It's just
I remember some of the daytime. I don't remember any of the night times. Thank God I have videos.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun, bro. Cancun, you know what I'm saying? Like the ability to bring my mom to a 7-day trip, aside from my wife, I brought my mom. I had 2 hotels ready for her, and I gave her an option. What view do you want? I was able to do that for my mother, bro. She's never been to Cancun before or anywhere outside of the U.S. before, bro. It was a dream come true for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? To have a drink with my mom. I was separated from my mother when I was 13. To have a drink as a grown man with my mother and say, cheers, this is for you. Dude, that was only everything. To have her take a picture with Andy Albright, man, dude, I get emotional about it. These trips are everything. Like, yes, money is great, but the memories, like Brandon, you and I started getting super close because of this trip, you know? It's just, you don't talk about, like, you're talking business, but it's like you're kidding around, like in a pool in Cancun with the top dogs. You know what I mean? It's just wild. It just blows my mind, bro.
That's the price tag you can't put on these trips, because when we have these conventions, there's training and there's going and there's missing and you see people and you're waving. But on these trips, I have been able to get close to some of the top leaders, which has helped me grow as a mom, a leader, a wife. Those are the things that you can't put the money on. Okay.
Right.
Yes, you're filling your bank account because you're making the money to get to the trips. But when you get there, that the relationship you create with these top leaders and the bonding that you get to do with the women and the men, and not in a passing at like a conference, you can't put a price on it. That is that's the favorite part of the trips to me, is that the relationships that I have grown close to.
Here's the other thing too, and I know we're running out of time, bro. Think about this. In places, there's some places you got to tell your agents, yo, be careful. Like, don't talk to this person, don't talk to that person. Like, look for the rings, bro. Everybody's going to the street. The trips is quality people, bro.
There you go.
It's a safe zone. It's it's a place where you can literally pick somebody's mind because they're being successful in the business, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just priceless. All right.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hope there's a bunch of people out there watching this and they just screamed out loud LFG, because that's big news for new people. And I hope, I mean, the people who have been around, you've got an insane incentive already. And we're happy you came to NatCon. You got 40,000 bonus points for that. But for you new people out there that have not, just getting started with us, this opportunity is so within reach. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, Andy must be trying to absolutely take over the cruise ship with this incentive. I mean, he's got to.
I'm ready.
Right? So, well, look, I know I could obviously talk to you two. I wish there's so much more we could hit on. And we could go 3 hours on this call talking about different strategies and stuff like that, but we do not have time for that. I want to ask one more question to Preston. Where can we expect to see these flyers? Is it going to be on the ARC? When are we expecting it?
There's a contest flyers section, and it should be on there later today.
Okay. All right, perfect. So you guys keep an eye out for that. And let's fill that up. 1,500 seats in Denver. 1,500. Do you want to be that guy that can't get one of your guys that really wants to go in there because we filled up already? No, you don't. So go use this incentive to get people invested in their future. This is one that I don't want to miss any event, but this one, after that promo video, baby, I am rocking into Denver. So anyway, we went a little bit over time. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you, Bryan. Thank you, Cassie. Thank you, Preston. Thank you, Alliance marketing team. I'm out.
Bye, y'all.
Recording.